the baby of the group, Leo Spizzirri from Chicago. He just opened a year ago.
Nine months ago, the North American
ago.
Pizza and Culinary Academy located in Chicago.
Lyle,
Illinois. Everybody knows Lyle, everybody knows Chicago. We're 20 minutes outside.
I know Lyle, I'm from Italy. Okay, so today we'll show to you how to use mother yeast in dough in making two different pan pizzas, two different styles. So one style is the Italian version using mother yeast, and the second style is Leo's version, isn't it?
Yes. So
what kind of version is it?
So we're gonna talk about some differences between the Italian and American methods of creating doughs. So right now, one of the big buzzwords. First of all, if we get past Roman pizzas for a second, that's the hottest thing we're talking about, right? Everybody wants to make Roman pizzas. But really what we're talking about is two particular styles. We're talking about pizza in teglia, the pizza that's made in the pan, and then pizza alla pala. It's the 3-foot pizza al metro, or the 3-foot pizza that's done on the board and is baked directly on the deck of the oven, all right? So what we're going to be talking about with Graziano, and I want to introduce two other guys. Come on up. So today you not only have two, but you have four master instructors with the oldest pizza school in Italy. So this is pretty cool. This is my good friend Michele Croce. Michele is from Naples, and he does. He's a VPN master with his own business in Naples. He's known as the farmer pizzaiolo because everything that he uses in his restaurant he grows himself. And he's got, if you want to talk about the original farm to plate, this guy did a lot of that work on his own. And then we've got my other good friend, Federico Di Salvestri. Federico is from Verona, Italy. And Federico is another master, world champion. It's the first time he's in Las Vegas. He's a multiple-time world champion in the che hai fatto il campionato? Gluten-free and pizza alla pala, no? So he's done Pizza alla Pala, world champion, gluten-free world champion, and 2 years in a row. And he's really well known for that pizza and pala and gluten-free style. So what we're going to do today, thank you. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about a couple different forms of lievito madre, okay? Graziano dove è andato?
Graziano. I'll go get him.
Okay, good. So wherever Graziano went, maybe a washroom break, he's an old guy, you know, I don't know. So the important thing when we're talking about, when we talk about lievito madre, it's very important to understand the difference between fresh yeast that we're using commercially, okay, to the original form of yeast before the commercial manufactured yeast came around, okay? There's a big difference because back in the day when I was a kid, all right, my grandmother would make dough. She'd take that dough, she'd take a ball, as soon as the dough was ready, she'd put it in a little ceramic container and she'd put it on a shelf in the kitchen. And that piece of dough would sit up on the counter at that shelf until the next time she made the dough. What she would do is when there was time to make dough again, she'd take the outside portion, which was dried and crusted over, she would take that off, and then she would take the base, the inside of it, all right? And she would dissolve that in some water, and she would add flour and all the rest of her ingredients, but there was never any more yeast. It was always that little bit of old yeast going into the new dough to create the fresh culture. So when we talk about commercial yeast as compared to fresh natural yeast, we're talking about, number one, something that's created off of bacteria, okay? So what is yeast? Yeast is anything around us, in the air. Right now, around you is natural yeast in the air, okay? What we need to do is figure out how do we get it out of the air and get it into flour and water to make stuff grow, okay? So when we talk about where we find it, okay, there's different types of methods that we use to create these natural types of yeast and lievito madre. Graziano's going to talk about the original Italian methods, and I'm going to get into some of the other methods that we talked that are getting very popular now in the United States. We're finally talking about natural yeast cultures, all right?